Got another article sent in to me from a member up in Fairbanks. Now he says that they wrote a thing in the paper, says the barter system is replacing mining as the prime vocation. They're talking about small scale mining. A lot of people up in that area of Alaska, right in here around Fairbanks, go out there on their weekends and they get a lot of gold. That's why a lot of people move up there. You know, a lot of fellas move up there, and then there's other people that move up and say, well, we're now in Alaska and we want them to act just like they lived in New York City. We don't want anybody out there digging or working. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to work hard for that gold. And when you get it, you're entitled to it. And let me tell you something else. Every ounce of gold that comes out of the ground, every little piece of gold that comes out of the ground adds to the wealth of our country and the stability of our dollar. And that's important to everybody. So if some prospector's out there digging and he gets a little gold, when he sells it, he'll pay tax on it. The guy that he buys it from, he's going to keep it, and that backs our dollar with gold. Whether you want to believe it or not, that gives a good stability to our dollar. And you really can't export gold. Most countries don't allow you to export that wealth, because you know why? You know why the South American countries won't allow you to export gold? Why the Russian government won't even allow their people to own gold? Is because that's real wealth, and those governments want that real wealth for themselves. But just like the old Soviet Union, they ain't got the wherewithal, they ain't got the intestinal fortitude to get out there and dig it up, take some prospector. Let's talk about how to do it. Enough politicizing on our show. We get into that once in a while, and I hope you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, why, call me up and let me know, and I'll do something else. So we'll talk about something else. I want to talk to you about some simple equipment. You know, the old-timers was really smart. A lot of them come from North Georgia and North Carolina, and they went to California during the gold rush. And that reminds me of something. You know, when we talk about the real wealth, the first flakes of gold that was found at Sutter's Mill in the 1848 gold rush to California still exist in a pan in the Smithsonian Institute. Let's take a look here at this piece of equipment. Now, this is a homemade piece of equipment, and this lady here's working it, and this was back during the gold rush, and she's working it up there on the beach, and she's shoveling into it. And the way this thing works is that you classify the material, you slurry everything, you run it clear down over 2 boxes, and then she's got some riffles down here, and that's where she catches her fine gold. And I'll tell you something about these old devices. They really work, and guys build them and they take them back out today and they get gold, because there was twice as much gold taken out during the 1850 gold rush, during the 1930 depression years, as there was during the 1850 gold rush days. I want to show you another piece of equipment. If you can get right in on this one right here. Now, what we got here is we got a guy working in the surf right on the beach. Did you know that there was gold found in San Francisco on the beach, and millions of dollars worth of gold taken out down in Santa Barbara, California, up at Crescent City and Eureka and Gold Beach, Oregon, and all up and down the Pacific coast on those beaches there's gold. And this old boy here, he's worked himself out a little beach box that he can take out there and put in the surf, and let the waves come in and do the washing action for him. I think this particular one was done at the Granddaddy, all of them on the beach at Nome, Alaska. There's a lot of gold on the beaches down at Cape Yakutak too, and there's been several gold rushes to those beaches. But that's an interesting piece of equipment. I want you to notice something here. Look how wide his box is. Look how wide that sluice box is. Isn't that something? And there are very few riffles in that. Let's take a look at the next photograph I got here for you. And what I want you to see here, this is an advertisement. Now, this advertisement was during the big gold rush in 1901 to the beaches at Nome, Alaska, one of the last major gold rushes from people all over the world. Some people said it was tantamount to a war when they'd have a gold rush like this. But I want you to notice something. If you can get in close on here, you can count no less than about 40 rocker boxes. Now, we've showed rocker boxes before on the show. There's a lot of guys that go out and use them today. They incorporate all the good things in gold mining, because you classify the material, you control the amount of water that you have going down through your box, and you work that all famous jigging action to save that fine gold. And something that all of the commonality of all of these different devices that I'm showing you from the early days, the miners were very concerned with trapping that fine gold.